Are we all still riding the waves of excitement from the Paralives live mode reveal?
I know I am.
That's why I wanted to dive deeper and find out more info straight from the developers' mouths. Well, their keyboards. Cause, yeah, just roll the intro. If you're interested in reading this dev chat, you can find the link for it in the video description. Alright, let's get to the good. We're starting off with the community voted question, and boy, oh boy, it's a good one. There's a bit of hyping up the live mode reveal here because of the two bombshells featured in the video. The first one being the early access release window reveal, and the second one being the promise to never have paid DLCs. That second one really threw people off, understandably so. The game looks great and people are eager to support the team. It makes sense for people to feel a bit of worry about the team's revenue stream, past people buying the game for the first time. So, do the devs have any words of reassurance for those of us who think along those lines? Like, for instance, do they have a backup if the game doesn't sell well? Or if they plan on keeping the Patreon? Or anything else they might be inclined to share with us? Alex replied that our decision to not have paid DLCs for Paralives was thoroughly considered and is based on these facts. We're a small team of 12 people, and it's not expensive to develop games in Quebec, Canada, because there's a substantial tax credit for video game companies. That's how Ubisoft Montreal and many others got so big and successful here. We're completely independent and we do not have publishers or investors, so we will keep all of the revenues of the game to ourselves. Many game studios have to share most of their revenue with a publisher. A very high number of people have already wishlisted the game on Steam, and we are confident that the game will hit our minimum sales target. When taking into consideration the game's price, we believe the revenue should be more than enough to support long-term development and the growth of the studio. If the game doesn't sell enough copies to support the team, paid expansions won't sell well either, so they won't be much of a help. Many indie games have been extremely successful even if their updates have always been free. No Man's Sky, Minecraft, and Stardew Valley, just to name a few of the better known games, but there are so many more as well. As huge life simulation game fans ourselves, we are happy to be able to stick to our vision of making a game that is affordable to play. We believe that more people will purchase Paralives because they know they won't have to purchase more DLCs for new game content. All of the information Alex gave us makes complete sense to me. I like that they're sticking to the no paid DLC. I know this is something that they've been talking about for a few years now, and having it be confirmed and having Alex list these reasons on how and why it'll work makes me feel very happy. Moving on to general questions. Wicked Brony wanted to know what features will be missing from early access. Apparently, these features will be missing, but will be added later on. Basements, pools, calendars, memories, family tree, cars, bikes and boats, pets, weather and seasons. Possible excellent question asker,
aka possible assassin,
asked, what's the controls for this game looking like? As someone so used to playing with the Sims 3 type controls both in 3 and 4, I need to know if I should prepare to be a bit confused the first few sessions. Honestly, excellent question. I also only use the Sims 3 type controls both in 3 and 4, and I struggle when going between similar games where the controls are different. Jeremy replied that at the moment you move the camera around by holding down the middle mouse button and rotate it while holding the right mouse button. Left click is used to select things and draw the multi-select box. And this is all subject to change as we refine our user experience and controls. Another question that was asked was about the size and placement of the Together cards. Jeremy answered that the UI can always be refined and tweaked for sure. It'll also be possible to scale the UI through the game settings. That being said, because cards have a lot of info, text, character thumbnails, success chances, other icons and details, and that they are the result of something the player does, this menu doesn't pop up by itself, I think it's fine for it to take up a bit more screen real estate. And I do agree with him here. It's not like the card will stay up for a long period of time. It pops up, you click on which one you want, and then it goes away. In my mind, it's not a big deal. Either way, it's nice to know that there will be settings to adjust the UI. Let's talk about the live mode questions, and there's quite a number of them.
rightfully so.
Iceman wanted to know if two pairs can have secret crushes on each other, how would that work out? And the answer to that is yes. Two pairs can have secret crushes on each other. One way of looking at it would be that it doesn't differ from a one-sided crush in terms of possible together cards and success chance, as long as they don't reveal it to each other. But then maybe they have a 100% chance of becoming lovers if one of them expresses their feelings. That is very cute. Will townies and NPCs be able to try something like together cards and initiate certain topics? According to Jeremy, the answer is yes. There is a lot of flexibility in the together card system, and NPC initiatives are one of them. It's a fine line between having too many of them, not enough of them, and having some repeat too much, etc. NPCs could totally try and change the subject or use their initiatives for smaller things, but then it becomes really difficult to balance out. That being said, only having them for big life-changing events might also feel bad in some other way. We'll keep working on that. Now, this is a good question that I wouldn't have thought of myself. Will players be able to keep extra job perks if our paras switch careers? And the answer is, drumroll please, nope. The extras are not transferable from one job to the other. Only the expertise are. That means you have to deserve those perks at that job. You gotta put in the work to get those upgrade points and spend them the way you want. We've seen a lot of positives about the video, but people do have some concerns about it. For example, getting used to not having a needs bar and only the notifications on the side might not be something that people like, might not be noticeable. You know, it's very different. It might be hard to notice when the para needs something. Furthermore, there might be some issues about accessibility. For deaf players, there isn't enough notice when a conversation option is ready, and for people with color blindness or other vision impairments, the color palette of the UI might be difficult to see depending on the location of the para. In regards to the needs, since they are dynamic needs, they come in stages, you shouldn't be too surprised if it goes something like this. I think I'll have to go to the bathroom at some point. I have to go to the bathroom soon. I could go to the bathroom right now, and so on and so forth. As for the concerns about the accessibility aspect of the game, the devs are looking into how to improve those things. Can we expect kids, teens, or elders to have something in regard to personality that would make them unique? Like maybe an entirely different subsystem or age-specific vibe or perks? And yeah, the devs are thinking about a few things that would be different between life stages, personality-wise, but specific vibes or perks are not a part of this. Instead, there's a focus on the way for the personality of your para to evolve as they grow up, but it's a bit too early to talk about it. America Online subscriber wanted to know if they plan to introduce more vibes, perks, and talents, since more of those things would allow for more diverse and unique paras. Anna responded that diversity will come from the possibility of evolving each vibe and social perk, so you can have 3 traits describing your para's vibe, or even 6 after playing and upgrading your personality for a while. Having fewer traits and evolving them over time is a nice compromise in order to have unique paras without being overwhelmed when you start a new household. Something that was very interesting was the vibes and personality upgrades. It's very different to what other life sims are doing. So, if we upgrade Serious to Studious, could that then open up the next upgrade offering Hardworking again? Or is it an evolution of Studious? Will personalities be able to branch out like that, where each vibe has a number of evolutions, maybe even 2 or 3 steps that we can take to upgrade their vibe? Anna says that for now there's 1 base personality trait and then 2 levels of evolution with 2 choices each. The number of levels and choices is still subject to changes, but that's how it works for now. Not only for the vibes, but for the social perks and talents too. The plan is to possibly have a second vibe and maybe a second social perk as well. And I personally like that. I would like a second vibe and a second social perk. Our final question is about the Paramaker. Wicked Brony wanted to know if we'll be able to add relationship labels in PAM, and does that include labels without having to add immediate connections on the family tree? For example, 2 parents for a sibling. Anna replied, that's something we plan for, yes. The family tree is planned for during early access anyways, so at first you will only add your relationship labels that way. However, I don't know if we're going to have labels for the extended family, cousin, uncle, etc. for now. I think only the close family labels will be there at early access, parent, children, siblings, maybe grandparents. Others will come once we add more to the family gameplay. The problem with adding just a cousin label though, is that the game can't possibly know how cousin 1 is related to cousin 2. Like, is cousin 1 the son of cousin 2's mother's little sister, or cousin 2's father's big brother? So if we allow players to add extended family labels, it probably won't show on the family tree. It would be easier if you could just edit links from the family tree view. It's something we have to think about. This is something I'm very excited to see what they will land on. I love family trees. I love looking at family trees. I think that they're so cool. I have an extensive one on ancestry.ca for myself and my family in real life. So this is something that gets me very, 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 very excited. And I just want to know the answer to this problem, to this issue. What do you think they're gonna do? I love the fact that these dev chats are available for the public to read after a while. I think it's awesome that additional information like this is shared, especially after such a great reveal video. Thank you for watching all the way to the end of this video. It means a lot to me. So keep being awesome, keep being you, and we'll do this again soon, okay? Until then, bye.